spooky rooms full of boxes and stuff. My living spaces are pretty tidy. The spaces we spend all of our time, except for the office, which you'll see the whole span of the office in a minute. So if I'm going to take you on this decluttering tour with me, I thought I would take you on a tour of the most disastrous rooms of my house. The ones you don't see when you come to visit. Maybe in another week or two, I'll take you on a tour of the spaces that you do see where I have already decluttered. And things are much more peaceful. And sorry about the wiggling. Foster kittens. That will be a recurring theme in my channel. This is Cobalt. She is adorable and a pill. This is our giant room in the basement. Specifically the one that I call the horror room because it is just full of a lot of things. So this is actually kind of a useful area. So our deep freezer and our spare refrigerator. My mason jar hoarding problem. The totes here are off-season clothes, and the next shelf over are seasonal things. So summer decorations, Christmas decorations, etc. And then the rest of the room is stuff. Now, I would say 75% of it is left over from various family members' estates. And I am still going through it. This is currently unorganized, but our camping gear is all here on this closet organization system I got from a friend. I am tripping over, ta-da, the elliptical trainer. And then my mother-in-law lives with us, and this is her stuff. And then the center here is a combination, so this is the center island of things, is a combination of Sage's things from when she retired from her acupuncture practice last year. Sage is my mother-in-law. And my supply boxes for my LARP, live action role play that I do. And then over here we have my public address system because I'm a musician. We have some outdoor rugs, more folding tables than one family should probably own, and my antique filing cabinet. And there we are, the giant stack of fluorescent tubes waiting to be recycled because what a pain is recycling fluorescent tubes. Okay, so here's the horror room. This room is off of the big living room and the downstairs, so I'm still in the basement. It's kind of supposed to be the craft room, but honestly, nobody likes to be in here to do crafts. So there are a lot of craft supplies here that are not terribly unorganized, but not super organized either. Mostly they're not terribly unorganized because they are contained in mostly vessels, except you can see some loose things starting to get piled up. And lots of paperwork from my husband's law office. And then the corner in which I am standing that I'm not showing is my husband's desk. And it is, well, it's his space, so I'm not going to show it to you guys. And it takes up most of the corner of this room, and it's not actually too untidy. And then we're going dun, dun, dun to that room. Apparently, the woman who owned our house originally was terrified of tornadoes, and we have a full-fledged storm shelter in our basement. These are all concrete walls, reinforced ceiling, spinning around to the solid wood door. Oh, not showing Jason's desk. Now, it's also currently a mess because this is where I keep, more boxes from Jason's law practice, lots of yarn. You can see some of my various instruments hiding back there in the corner. There are ones that I'm not currently using. We do have guest bed if anybody wanted to sleep in the basement. All of the books that I'm working on selling and clearing out, a giant box of American Girl doll stuff waiting to get cleared out. These are books that are actually currently for sale or needed for homeschool in the future, so they're at least tidy and organized. And random clothes and coats, like my wedding dress, here on this rack. So I'm hoping to rescue this room, put our actual emergency supplies in this space and not have it just be full of yarn and books. But it is kind of cool having this nice storm shelter space in the event that there is a tornado. We have been in here for tornado warnings many times, and we do live just on the edge of the Great Plains where there are actual tornadoes. My next stop in the tour of messy spaces in my house is the dining room. Now you would think the dining room would not be the messy spot, but it's kind of the place, there I am, I have a giant mirror in my dining room. It's the space where I sort of process things I am getting rid of. So it is definitely part of the whole decluttering process right now, is why it is a mess. So I don't foresee it actually getting better before I'm done with at least the initial layer off of the onion of decluttering my home. One of my goals with this space, though, is to get rid of this and its contents, because I really don't use china or crystal anymore. Does anyone use china or crystal? If you do, leave a comment down below and let me know about it. I used to, and I loved to, but it's just, you have to hand wash it, and it's just kind of a pain. So I'm planning on probably actually packing up the contents for now and selling the cabinet at the very least, but also at the same time, it's kind of nicely contained, and there are other places in my house that are messy, like, you know, the horror room in the basement. And here we have our garage, which is full of my husband's woodworking things. He was already really into woodworking without a really good workspace before the pandemic, and has spent a lot of the pandemic time doing woodworking and has kind of taken over our garage as a result. But we are planning on rescuing this room shortly. We bought a shed this last year, so the lawnmower and things like that are out of here. Now we want to clear out the space to where he has at least this side of the garage for his woodworking, and clear out this space, which is mostly full of leftovers from a bathroom remodel right now, so that my van can fit on this side and we can at least get one car in for the winter. The last stop on our tour is the office. The office is a challenging space because it is many things for a very small room. Apologize, you will hear the washer and dryer behind me right now. It is our homeschool space. That is my daughter's desk there in the corner. The sewing and craft room. This is the one we actually use, as opposed to the room in the basement, which nobody uses. And of course, it used to have, there were two desks because my son used to be down here. My daughter was actually at what is now the sewing desk, and my son was at the desk by the wall, but he is 18 now, and so he has his desk in his bedroom. This is my desk where I do my piano work, where I do my work for my new YouTube channel, where I am the homeschool mom and do all of those things. There are a lot of cabinets full of things that need to be cleaned out. It is also, this spot behind me is where I sit and teach piano online. And so it's actually probably the most tidy spot of the room, because I need to be able to reach things easily while I am teaching. And I do so much digitally. All of the games now are actually online. Most of the games. I do still have a few that I use physical props for. Well, most of them are all online, so it's actually pretty tidy. And yeah, and then this cabinet full of I have my work cut out for me. I have many family members worth of things left over from other estates. I have an active family, 2 teenagers, and my mother-in-law lives with us, and foster kittens wiggling the table again. And so I've got a lot of decluttering to do, and I'm looking forward to bringing you along. You can help keep me honest. Go, hey, you haven't decluttered this week. And we're going to do this together, and hopefully along the way you will get some inspiration and some ideas on how you can take charge of your space and declutter it and bring the peace to your life that comes with having less stuff. More foster kittens. So hopefully this has inspired you to come along with me on this journey of decluttering. Remember to hit the subscribe button and the like button. The subscribe button so that you can learn when I post new videos, and the like button so other people who might be helped by this can find me.